How does Frankie Shop, one of the most renowned fashion brands in the entire industry, get to 40 million a year? That was at least what they did in 2022. Now they're probably more at like, I don't know, 80 million, 70 million, something like that. How do they get to that level and stay there with the high-end luxury branding combined with a very relatable content strategy? Well, that's actually exactly how they do it. They combine the luxury heritage kind of creative branding along with a very relatable, simple, down-to-earth strategy, which allows the customers to resonate with their products but still perceive them as high value. Well, the reason that I can break down this entire funnel is simply because we do this for our clients. We help them set up systems like this so that they can actually, especially for high-end clients, brand themselves as a luxury product but also still relate to the customers, because at the end of the day, people buy feelings, not products or materials. People buy people and feelings, right? So that's what we want to do, regardless of whether you're selling products for $10 or $500. That is what you want to do. So let me break down exactly how they do this and how you can do exactly the same. And of course, as always, if you have any questions, shoot me a DM. If you want to implement this yourself, that is exactly what we do for our clients. Now, let me walk you through it step by step. So we have here the 40 million a year Frankie Shop funnel. The main things that they're actually using, believe it or not, is Meta, TikTok, and Google, right? And they use these platforms very, very differently, and that is what is interesting. If we actually go here to the meta branding first, and we look at the advertising, we can actually see that they are running a very throughout funnel, very throughout simplistic strategy. They use high-end creatives, only pictures and videos, and then they use very straightforward copies. So here you can see, for example, explore the Frankie gift shop, your one-stop solution for effortless gifting for men. Well, that's great. Okay, simple video. The branding, it's Christmas, they want to promote that. Here we have a carousel of a fur coat. They write day or night, make a statement in the millie coat, available in 3 colors, and then they have some hashtags, and they have the carousel of the product. Now, the thing that I like about this is that they really don't talk about the material of the coat. They don't talk about how it's cropped or etc. They talk about you can wear it for day and night, so people actually get the feeling of how they can wear it. And then they also say make a statement, so that allows the customer to start thinking, how can I make a statement in this coat? So again, they sell the feeling of the coat, not the coat itself. Available in 3 colors. And when they say this, it would be really smart and obvious to put the 3 colors in the carousel instead of the same color. So that's one thing I would optimize. I would put the 3 different colorways that they actually talking about in the ad, so that allows the customer to actually look at the color that they like and that they want. And then I wouldn't use hashtags in ads, because you're already paying for that reach, right? And it just doesn't look too good, in my opinion at least. I don't use hashtags ever. Regardless of how much money we're spending on ads, I don't ever use hashtags. So that's a few optimizations I would do. But regardless, it looks really good. They do some very sleek, very simple, very high-end branding on on Meta. That's for really just applying their strategy throughout the whole Meta funnel. Like they don't like do anything else but this on Meta. So with that being said, what this is for sales, retargeting, and branding. That is all they use Meta for. Sales, retargeting, and branding. This is just for that, nothing else. But the interesting part is that if we go onto TikTok and you actually look at their TikTok account, it's completely different. And you would maybe expect that a high-end brand like this, to selling products at 400, 500, 300, 200 euros, wouldn't be on TikTok, because you're like, that's Gen Z, that is, fast fashion, whatever. But actually, no. They have 100K followers, 700,000 likes. They have hundreds of thousands of views on the videos. They have, even playlists. They have so much engagement on the TikTok. It's crazy. And they post every single day. And the content they post is completely different. It is crazy. Let me show you exactly how it's different. If we actually go onto the TikTok and we just had a look at their Meta account, and you actually see what content they're
Come
posting.
with us.
Oh, thank you.
You see, it's
Come
trendy.
with us
It's
behind the scenes
relatable.
to
It's relatable for the customers, right? It's trendy. It's something that people can look at and actually resonate with and just, laugh at, right? Even though they're high-end product, even though they're high-end brand, they do extremely relatable, down-to-earth content. Your bestie, let's be financially responsible. Then they make a joke out of it, and stuff like that. Let's be financially responsible. She goes ahead and buys Frankie Shop. It's
come
all
with
content. And that is exactly what they do really, really well. They combine this down-to-earth, relatable content with their high-end branding, which allows the customers to, on TikTok, opt into the funnel and be like, oh, this is nice, this is really cool. And then over time, they nurture those customers through their meta ads, because the pixel picks up the data they get from TikTok, and then they sell them on that high-end luxury branding. So that is how they use TikTok to actually funnel in their customers, build a brand, and get people to resonate with the brand and with the products, and then they sell them throughout Meta and emails. right? That is what they do super well. It's crazy. Now, if you're a luxury brand, do this. Do this. Go ahead on Frankie Shop's TikTok, look at it, and actually start to post what they're posting, right? Because that is what they do well, and that is what you should do as well. You should really start posts like this. You should really start taking into account how you can brand yourself like this, because so many people underestimate it. Now, moving on to Google right here, how they do this is that is simply just ranking and branding basically. So if you just go down here and look, branding, sales, traffic, awareness. So that's what they use Google for, just to rank above the competitors, just to be the first people that they actually see, or the first brand that people actually see when they search for Frankie Shop or anything else, right? And if you look at this, you can see that they actually only promote the EU frankieshop.com. They don't promote their just the frankieshop.com domain. They promote the European domain, which is kind of interesting, right? Because that means that they're really trying to push into the European market right now. Now, if you go ahead and I put this traffic, different audiences, younger women, inspo, and behind the scenes, organic plus paid. That is what they do here, and they definitely run Spark ads on these content, like on this content, 100% they do. But this is mainly for tapping into new audiences that they wouldn't normally get from Google and from Meta, because this is where a different audience is, and this is where they take customers behind the scenes and actually show them production, show them inspiration, show them all of these different things, because that is what people find really interesting, and that's what people like to see. Now, you can see that I've written organic plus paid because they both use this for organic but also paid ads. So it's extremely underrated. Now, if we go furthermore, this is where Instagram comes into place, and this is where they build their brand and communicate with the customers and announce news and generate sales. So this, as you already know, is what Instagram is for. Instagram is for branding, it's for communicating with your customers, it's for promotions. But you can see again, here they have this high-end style content. It's only on TikTok that they really do this behind the scenes and down-to-earth content. Here, it's really high-end. It's very cool, it's very luxurious. But the thing they do really well as well on Instagram is post with different people. They have different people throughout the whole page. Like, it's never just the same model, it's never just the same picture. It's all lifestyle. It's all branding about the Frankie Shop lifestyle, right? And that's the thing that a lot of people miss. If you just post like wide image backgrounds on your Instagram page, people won't have anything to buy. There's no feeling to buy. But when you actually do this, people can see, okay, this is like casual strolls to the city in Paris, whatever. Here it's like also business meetings with a nice suitcase and a nice outfit. Like, they even post candles and stuff. Like, they post so many different things, and you can also see like they also do highlights, etc. They just do the branding so well, and they really relate to the customer. They really make it easy for people to actually buy the products and actually have a feeling towards the brand. Now, if we go further down, we can see that the website is simple, aesthetic, easy to use, and evenly pleasing to the eye throughout. So if you actually go here and look at the website, you can see it's super clean, very simple, and this is again high end, super good lighting, very easy. Prices in fat text, and you can see that the font is also thought of. Every single is thought of throughout this entire website. It is super clean. It's super simple to navigate. It looks very high end. I wouldn't say copy this, but I would say take a lesson from this and see that the simpler the better when it comes to high-end products, because the more text and the more stuff you have on your website, the more people have to consume on the website, and the less easier it gets to really navigating and actually take in what is on the website. Now, all of this traffic funnels into the website. They make great use of different collection pages for optimal growth. So every single metric, or every single platform they use, Google, throughout Instagram, throughout TikTok, throughout Meta, every single thing actually lands to different landing pages. You can do new arrivals, outerwear, holiday edit. This is pretty standard. But if you actually go to through the TikTok, you'll land on different pages. If you go through Meta, you'll land on different pages as well. So they just build this big funnel and allow people to actually find products that they like and resonate with, which is really essential when especially finding new customers. So if we actually just move on right here, we actually see that they also have a physical store. There's not really any explanation needed for this, right? Everyone knows what a physical store is for. So they also have the physical stores in Paris and in New York, which allows them to also brand themselves and allows customers to get a really good experience with the brand, and really just allow customers to see the things in person and actually experience the Frankie Shop experience. Now, one thing that is really interesting is that they use Attentive for customer care, customer retention funnel, personal messaging, also announcements and general communication. Now, the reason that this is so important is because if you don't have these things implemented and you don't talk to your customers consistently and you don't have proper communication implemented, yeah, you can acquire new customers, at a high level, But at some point, if you don't, take care of your customers, they won't come back. And there's only so many customers that will buy from you one time and not come back, right? So you have to build a loyal customer base. That's why it's essential for maintaining the returning customers and building a base of loyal followers to come back again and again. They focus heavily on this aspect, not only on new acquisition. And that's the reason why they're, part of the reason why they're so successful and stay there, because they've built good communication with the customers. They have good retention funnels in place. They talk to the customers. They communicate with them. They offer them incentive discounts, They really just allow the customers to have a feeling of being a part of the brand, not just any customer. So this is basically the main things that Frankie Shop do. They actually use these different platforms, and this is the most interesting part you can take from this video, is that they actually just go ahead and implement so many different strategies that allows the customer to identify on different levels. And not only that, but the different awareness levels that they get from this is absolutely insane. If you haven't watched the video on how I break down why you should use different platforms, this goes perfectly hand in hand and explains exactly why they're using this funnel, because they use so many different platforms, and they also use Pinterest, right? So you have to do this for yourself, especially if you're selling at a higher price point. You have to relate to your customers in the first place, convert them later on with, customer messaging right here, as I showed you with, for example, you can use Clever, you can use Attentive, and then you also have to, talk to your customers with the higher brand, so that you don't only, do the personal and do the low down to earth content, right? You have to do a mix, you have to do everything. But this is super interesting. A lot of people wouldn't imagine that Frankie Shop does this with the branding. Super interesting. I hope you learned something from this. I hope you can take it into account. It is actually, a very interesting funnel. But I would say there's a few things they can optimize, as I told you here with the ads, but the TikTok, they have really nailed that. And they can also do shopping ads on Google. They're not doing that. They're only doing, search and ranking. So I would really say, they should implement these kind of things as, Google shopping ads. And then I would also say step the meta game up a bit. They are running 220 ads, so that is, a lot of ads, but I would say that they could do a bit better on that front, but it's still really good, and they're a big brand. So this is what we do for clients. This is what allows us to scale our clients to multiple millions a year, hundreds of thousands a year, and really take things up to the next level. So if you want to do this yourself, or you want us to do it for you, book on a call. I'll show you exactly how to implement this step-by-step process, how to make use of every single platform, and how to implement the different settings so you can actually maximize your customers' reach, and you can get a whole new audience to your business, right? Because if you only have Meta, imagine if you only have Meta and you're only using this content, right? You're only getting that audience that appeals to this kind of content. But as soon as you have TikTok and you use completely different content style, you now tap into a whole different audience, and now you've just 10x your eyes on your brand. So it's insane what this can do. I hope you got something from it. I hope you really learned something. Shoot me DM. Talk soon. See you in the next video.